Hey, viewers and viewers, my name is...
Andrew!
Yay, there he is.
Are we sure? It is Andrew, yes.
Yes, it's Andrew. It's Andrew indeed.
FML. We are looking at frogs, monkeys and lemurs.
Frogs, monkeys and lemurs, indeed. I don't really see any on this page in front of us right now, but maybe
Where
there'll
are
be a bit
they?
more later down.
I thought we were looking at frogs, monkeys and lemurs. What's this site? Oh, we're on the wrong site here.
I don't know. It's one where we can get industry-leading on-demand and standard GPU pricing that you won't find anywhere else from Sevo.com.
We like a bit of GPUs.
Okay.
Right, I'm going to start. Are we ready?
Okay.
Are we buzzed?
I'm
Are we buzzed? Are you
I'm
buzzed?
freaking psyched for Phil.
Oh, yeah, we're buzzed. Bzzzt. Okay, my wife helped herself to an energy drink at 7 p.m. because she felt tired and yelled at me when I told her not to. All night, all I heard was, "Babe, I can't sleep, I'm restless, talk to me." "Babe, you're sleeping and I feel lonely." "Hey, babe, what are you talking about? What's going through your head?"
Yeah, that's a bit of a your life sucks, but also some slight that's amusing in a way, kind of.
No. We don't have one called That's Amusing.
That's
Are you
hilarious.
insane?
I'm
Oh
insane.
my god, I can't believe you forgot our buttons.
I'm sorry, am I adding a new one? Well, I do.
That's not allowed. We've already got That's hilarious.
Yes, that's true. That one then.
That is a clear indication of what energy drinks do to you, and that why you really shouldn't be having them before you go to bed.
Yeah.
Because for some people, it screws them up and they cannot sleep. For me, now it's a funny thing for me because I do have a cup of coffee at round about 8 p.m. and I can go to sleep fine. Does not affect me whatsoever. I'm straight into bed. No like jitters. No like funny like like it feels like my whole body is like seizing.
Yeah.
It's just I just get straight off to sleep, so I can cope with it. I know there's some people out there who cannot drink any sort of cups of coffee after 2 p.m.
Yeah.
because they just won't be able to sleep. They just can't cope with the coffee in their system.
Yeah, I guess it's a little bit different with coffee and obviously energy drinks. Energy drinks obviously have God knows what is jammed into them.
They've got a lot of caffeine.
Yeah, lots and lots of it. There you go.
But I think they do have more caffeine than coffee does. But I drink because I don't drink like the instant little beans. I drink the capsules in a coffee machine, which will be stronger.
Yeah.
That stronger coffee still doesn't affect me.
No.
The only one that has affected me was when I had a bit of a higher strength one. I did feel a bit funny then.
Did you?
But for me, I'm not an energy drink person. I've tried them once. I have tried Red Bull once, and it was okay. But I'm not really an energy drink person. Like Monster and Rockstar and Red Bull, they just don't interest me, to be honest.
Same here. I know my grandmother though, on my mother's side of the family, seems to have a thing for orange Lucozade, but no, not energy drinks myself. I'm not into them. Never really had them before.
Orange Lucozade is not an energy drink. It's just a default soft drink.
Oh, is it? I thought
No, it's not. It's
Lucozade
not
was an energy drink.
No, not at all. No, nothing. It's not like Rockstar Red Bull.
Well,
no,
maybe
not at all.
on their level, but I always thought it was.
No, it's got no. It's got no caffeine at all. It's just a soft drink like Coke or Pepsi.
Oh, that's surprising to me. Everyone I've ever talked to has always called it an energy drink. So
I think because it feels like it gives you a boost, but it's got no caffeine in it. It's on the same level. Well, it's got a little bit like Coke. It's basically like Coke's level or Pepsi level.
I see. Right. Well, that's a surprise. I guess you learn something new every day, ladies and gentlemen.
Maybe we should have gone on to the Today I Learned Reddit.
Should have been on that one, not FML.
Today I learned.
Today I learned from Phil that Lucosade's not actually an energy drink. Well, there you go. That's your life sucks there on that one. Indeed. Wrong time, same place. Tomorrow, sorry, not tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay. It's already going. Blimey, I didn't know we were reading this person. This person is obviously in the future.
Yeah,
time
what's going
traveller.
on? Today, even, I printed 500 event posters with the wrong venue because I copied from last year's file. Client needs them by tomorrow. Now I'm pulling an all-nighter, reprinting everything. Coffee is my only friend.
Oh, I think I see where you got tomorrow from.
Yes.
You read the next line.
Indeed. I was just in that. Well, yeah, that's kind of on you, that, OP. You should have checked. Yeah, that's one of those little details that you can easily screw up.
It's called attention to detail.
Indeed.
It's something that needs to be. Yeah, you need to be aware of attention to detail like this. And here we go. Someone else is having something caffeine filled.
Seems to be a caffeine thing, doesn't it? So far. Yeah.
Ooh. And the next one will be about tea. Imagine that.
Tea.
Yeah, you've got things like this. You've got to have attention to detail especially if it's an important client, and you've got to even if it's just like. So is it just? Like the venue is the only thing wrong then, I assume.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh, you got everything else right. That would be even more. Yeah, if you got everything else right, but just the venue wrong.
And you have to print 500 more of them, in essence, now with the correct venue. Yes. So, yes, that's a lot of paper you're going through there.
Yes, not using your own printer because no doubt it'll run out, and then they'll be like, "Oh, oh, you need to buy more printer cartridges. Oh, okay, I'll just get these unbranded ones. No. You have to pay for branded ones, I'm afraid. Oh, like, no, I don't want to. It's more expensive. Fuck off.
As I say, let's hope you have sufficient ink, OP. Because posters like that probably going to use a fair bit per sheet and all. So,
especially if you've got colour in it.
Of
But what
course,
I don't understand with printers, what I don't understand is if a colour, if like a black runs out, it's like it says you've still got the other colours and you're not printing any black out, you're just printing something maybe has orange and green in it. It says no, your black ink's run out, we can't do this. But I'm not using black ink. Well, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. Mine doesn't do that. Mine just sort of, I think it probably just draws on the colour and then layers it on so thick that it effectively becomes black and thus drains the colour bomb.
It might use some of the other colours then. Yeah, I suppose you could do that with a bit of the magenta maybe. Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's so that's a bit of a widey eye, that one, in all honesty.
Shut up and play the hits. I asked my 10-year-old guitar student why Good Friday is a holiday. He answered, we remember Jesus Christ's crucifixion. Isn't it sad to kind of celebrate someone's death? Well, I don't care. I just enjoy the free holiday and I don't believe in magic anyway.
Dearie me.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's probably the case for most people, to be honest.
Yeah. And would you believe we are recording on Good Friday? No, we're not. We're recording on Easter Saturday. No. Well, I've lost my days of the week. I don't know where we are.
Well, that's because I'm a day ahead of you, isn't it? Because I'm in the future, apparently, based on that one that I read previously where I said tomorrow instead of today. So you're in Good Friday, but I'm here in Easter Saturday.
Good Friday here. Yeah, it was yesterday, but let's be honest. Me and you, we aren't religious. And we remember Easter for one thing, and that's chocolate. That's what it is. It's just chocolate for us. No, that's not having a go against people who are. I know there's people who go to like Sunday Mass. Obviously, Easter Sunday is a very big thing for religious people. They go to church and they take part in Sunday Mass and they commemorate obviously Jesus Christ and his crucifixion. But for me, it's chocolate. That's all it is. I'm not really there. And also like 25th of December. Sorry, Jesus Christ, I'm not really celebrating your birthday.
No, I'm just celebrating being with family and getting free gifts.
Yeah.
Dearie me. Yes. Yeah, I'm a bit sort of unsure what I'd go for with this one, because I don't get... I'm sort of thinking, is the OP here... Was the OP expecting the guitar student to know what the holiday was? Or were they genuinely asking because they weren't sure themselves what the holiday was all about?
He says, isn't it sad to kind of celebrate someone's death? Yes, it is, but let's not forget Jesus resurrected.
Yeah.
On when was it? Was that Easter Sunday, wasn't it?
That's where only a couple of days after he'd been.
Yeah. So I think he got crucified on Good Friday, and then he resurrected on Easter Sunday.
Something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I
don't know my Bible really.
God, I know it's been so long. I mean, technically, yes, I went to a primary school that was connected to a church school, but I don't remember much.
Yeah, they gave us these little I remember these mini little red Bibles.
Oh yeah.
And I never opened it once. They're like, here you go. I was like, thanks. Just going to put this in the bookshelf and never see it ever again.
I wonder how many kids go through obviously like church primary schools, get the little Bible, and then how much paper is printed on those things and never gets opened.
Yeah. There'd be some really, but and we'd always have, because we were in the Catholic school, we'd always have church every day, it was like
was it Wednesdays?
I think we had it every. Yeah. Oh, you have it Wednesdays. I think at the primary school I went to. After the one, because we obviously went to the same one, but I went to another one after that, and they were Thursdays.
Was it?
But I think the one that we were at together was a Wednesday, and it's just like when you're not really religious, you respect people who are religious. That's absolutely fine. Yeah, that's fine. But when you're not, you're just sitting there going,
what are we doing?
Yeah.
I think when you're a kid, and you're having to obviously sit in some slightly dusty pew in a church somewhere, and you're not really sure what's going on. You're just like, huh?
They've always got that distinctive smell, haven't they?
Yeah, it's like that old church building smell.
Yeah, you know straight away, and then. But I'm not too sure. I think this would have to fit into another button going. Oh, you've got a funny little kid.
Yeah. Maybe that's hilarious or something. I don't know.
That's hilarious.
Knackered Phil. It's from 2011, but it's good stuff. Today I'm being admitted to the hospital for severe exhaustion. Well, I'm exhausted for spending 12 hours at the hospital while my sister gave birth. The same hospital I'm being admitted to.
Oh dear. So.
Well, you're in the right place. You've got doctors around you.
Yeah, you are in the right place. That's really good. That I didn't. But God, that is it's got you to a point where you become so exhausted you've become really ill from it. Wow, that's quite severe, isn't it?
Indeed. I'm trying to imagine why people have clicked YDI on this one, because I'm not sure why, in all honesty.
Maybe they're thinking, well, you should have given yourself some time to rest. Maybe I know your sister's giving birth, but I don't think she would have minded if you'd have walked out and said, look, I need to go and get a break or something.
Well,
maybe that's why.
Maybe, but then again, like, I feel like that's one of those things where we're making a bit of an assumption there. We need more information before we make that judgment, because it could be that you were the only person who was available for your sister, and naturally you had to be there for them all that time. So,
yeah,
it happens sometimes if you have a close relative who needs hospital and you're the only person available. You can end up spending hours and hours with them, just waiting.
Yeah.
For...
Sorry, collapse though, basically.
Yeah.
But hey, you get to see each other even more.
Let's hope you have a good relationship. There we go.
Yeah. What I heard, I don't know if this is a rumour of something that's not really true, but if you're in a hospital and you basically keel over, doctors and nurses aren't allowed to attend to you until you call an ambulance, which I always found really, it's due to the fact that if they try to do anything, you could pull out a lawsuit against them for touching you or for doing something when you didn't want it. But if that's the case, that's just the most bizarre thing.
Yeah, I feel
on the floor there, and the doctors and nurses can't help you. You have to ring an ambulance, and then they can actually help you. That's just stupid.
That I feel a bit sceptical about that. I've never heard that sort of thing before. So I would have thought that surely if that happens in a hospital, they would automatically attend to you because they're duty bound to help, I guess. But I don't know. Maybe there's like just that one, I don't know, like American state somewhere out there where technically there's like some rule that effectively means that happens in practice. But if there is, I'm not aware of it. Yeah.
And why would you instigate a lawsuit against them? They're coming to help you. Oh, you helped me and you touched me when you shouldn't have. Right, I'm taking you to court.
Thing is, I'm just saying, looking at this one, this OP is from the US, and the US is a pretty crazy place sometimes.
Oh God, school shootings.
It happens.
School shootings.
Yeah.
Yes. Why does that happen? Interesting dilemma. What do you think would be the answer to this? This is an interesting one that I've tested people with, and they always find it a bit difficult. Let's say an ambulance is on the way to an emergency, right? And they're on their way to emergency
they accidentally knock someone down on.
Yeah, they accidentally knock someone down, and they're brutally hurt. What does the ambulance do? Do they carry on and call a colleague in, or do they have to stop and attend that person who they just knocked down?
I mean, there is an answer to this in terms of how it happens here in the UK, for example. I don't know what it is, but
could be severity, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Like if the person the original person they're going to is having a heart attack, and the person you just knocked down, let's say you've just broken their leg.
If an ambulance hits someone, does it stop? We're going to Google it.
Of course, AI comes in straight away. Yeah.
So the AI says yes, it has to stop if it hits someone, regardless of
whether it's on the way to emergency or not.
Ask Reddit says what happens depends on the severity, but if the ambulance driver's at fault, it's like, well, that's going to... If it's minor, new ambulance dispatched. Okay, so a couple of quick answers would suggest that it would stop, depending on the severity of it.
And then, that ambulance driver will be severely bollocked.
Yes, indeed. So there's your answer, Phil, or an answer, at least.
That was a good answer, thank you.
Yeah. I just thought, I don't know, I feel like we've asked that question before, and I was like, what was the answer? I can't remember.
It's an interesting dilemma, isn't it?
It is.
It's like the famous trolley one, isn't it? The famous trolley situation. Yeah.
I agree, your life sucks on that one, OP. Definitely.
The end of an era. My grown-ass son is refusing to get out of bed because some anime shark girl is quitting YouTube.
That's there you go, isn't it? The VTuber. I think I know exactly what this is referring to. You might want to just say to your son, look, for God's sake, get out of bed.
Yeah,
it's a VTuber.
It's a VTuber, yeah. I know there's some VTubers that basically disguise themselves with like these like cartoon things, so they don't actually never get seen,
Yeah.
and you never see who they are. Loads of YouTubers don't ever want to reveal themselves.
No, they don't.
But there's like some people who eventually will have to, like the fans keep pestering them
Yeah.
until one day they may do a face reveal.
Yeah, it's funny though, because obviously like Hololive, which has a lot of these VTuber people, it's like weird because
Hololive, yeah.
they sort of like they do VTubing for a few years, and then suddenly they graduate and that's it. They like retired. It's kind of weird. I don't know exactly how it works, but I guess that Gorgura at this stage has basically retired, quote unquote.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the reason that people sometimes don't show their face because they're scared of what people are going to think of them.
Possibly that. Some people maybe just don't want to be seen, and that, or some people just want to play a character, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Yeah. You got to think. Yes, of course. You got to think of people who want to just play characters like that.
Yeah. Indeed. Yeah, so I think that's a bit of a Your Life Sucks on that one. Also, click the
That's
option
hilarious.
of. Also, click the option of, for God's sake, just get your son out of bed and just tell him to stop.
Stop. Do something useful.
Yeah. Yes, it's tragic that Gorguru is no longer on YouTube, but there are more important things to worry about as well.
So, of course, I'm surprised you know that straight away.
Well, I've encountered a bit of information sometimes about VTubers. The thing is, like, I played quite a while ago. I've not played it for a while. That HoloCure game, which is
Oh, you did play, yes,
basically
yes,
about
I remember.
VTubers, and Gorguru is a character in that one you can play as. So yeah. Is it me or is it you?
Yeah, that was definitely you because that was a very short one there,
Yeah.
and you've got a short one now.
Okay, cart narcs. Today my mum yelled at me for trying to return a shopping cart to the cart corral. She then forced me to leave it in the parking lot.
You fucking what?
Yeah, what? What the
No,
hell,
that's
Mum?
not what you do. That's one of those things you always see in the subreddit. Well, that sucks,
Yeah.
or mildly infuriating. You know, where
Indeed.
people leave their shopping trolleys just in the middle of nowhere and don't put it back into the corral bit. I can't believe your mum's. Your mum was one of those people that should be on that subreddit
Yeah.
doing things like that. I can't believe she
Indeed.
said that.
Oh yeah, that's a different Your Life Sucks on that one. I'd say stand your ground there, OP.
I don't think there's any sort of excuse, even if you had to rush off to because you were late for something. It still only takes a couple of minutes to put it back.
Yeah. This is the point where, if you're near the door of the store, can you like subtly wave to the security guard and say, can you back me up on this? And then get the security guard to say, ma'am, you need to leave your shopping cart over here, not there.
Well, yeah, it depends if it's out because they're outside mostly, and the security guards are like always inside miles away,
Sat at their
Well-
little like computer desk or whatever it is, just
Yeah.
watching the cameras.
watching everything. Yeah, it seems a bit boring that, I must say.
Well, yeah, it's one of those job security where most of the time you're just going to be sat around watching cameras and not actually doing all that much. Because everyone thinks with security it's going to be like really up on your feet and active. You're going to be looking out for them shoplifters and all that. But no,
Yep.
a lot of it probably is just going to be sat at your desk.
Yeah, because people don't
Yeah.
normally. It's not like
Doesn't
crime
happen
central.
frequently,
Yeah,
yeah.
people aren't just going to shoplift left, right.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Your Life Sucks then, OP, in that one.
Mummy's boy. Today I asked my fiance to drive me to the airport for a business trip in a few days. She ranted angrily that she already had plans, so I asked my mum to take me instead. Now she's pissed and saying, "Why don't you just go and marry your mummy since she does everything for you?"
Wow.
Whoa, rude.
Damn. I know.
How rude.
I think, you need to turn around and say, well, I did ask you, and you said no, and I don't have any other way, so therefore that's why I went to my mom.
Yeah, you don't need to be making a big thing about it.
Yeah. Though, having said that, the way that the fiancé has said, since she does everything for you, I feel like there is a bit of an element of possibly a bit more information might be required here. I'd just be curious, because, I don't know, the way that she sort of has said, since she does everything for you, I don't know, is this not the first time that something like this has happened, where OP has gone to their mother for help or something? I don't know.
Could be, yeah, that could be linked, couldn't it?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Which I have to say, but that's not the sort of reaction you should be taking,
Nah.
especially as like the only one.
So yeah, I'd say your life sucks, but also maybe a bit more information would be helpful, but yeah, indeed. Let's see, main character syndrome. Today I started playing the piano at a party. I've been playing for 15 years, so naturally I'm pretty good. I got halfway through a song before getting shown up some douche who started playing Nickelback on the guitar. Fucking Nickelback.
Oh dear.
Ugh.
So did he play better than you, or is that what's going on? It sounds like the way
I don't
I
know
mean,
if
it's partly
necessarily
getting shown up.
playing better. It's just that for some reason everyone, by the sound of it, was more interested in Nickelback on the guitar than they were in this person's piano playing. I'm guessing.
I thought Nickelback's got quite a bad reputation.
He does, doesn't he?
the band has a very the band. I mean, I've listened to some of their songs. I don't mind it. I mean, it's not something I don't go for immediately. I don't mind it. No, it's not like I don't hate it with a passion.
I don't really know enough about Nickelback to know why they're hated so much.
I think it's mostly the songs. I think it's mostly to do with the songs. Is why it's doing that. But maybe you can play the piano a bit more vigorously, and then they'll all come over to you.
Just start slamming the keys and staring aggressively at the guitar player, like, "Go away, bitch."
Or maybe you might form a duet.
Ooh. Now you can play Nickelback on the piano as well.
Yeah. And then you get
look at this graph. Is that Nickelback?
Look at this photograph. Yeah,
that's the
close.
one.
Yeah, that's the one. But you should have had better piano playing, so because of that, you deserved it.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Phil's going straight on the YDI. There we are.
You deserve that one.
Yes.
2010. So he pulled a hamstring by taking a dump.
Okay.
That's writ. That just shows you your luck wasn't the good that day.
No, it wasn't.
It is really. It is painful pulling a hamstring. I've done it, and it's I've still my leg does. My upper leg where the hamstring is still hurting, and it can. There was a point where it's finding it difficult to walk. It really grabs you. I know it's mostly a athlete or injuries that footballers get a lot.
Yeah.
But it is very painful. But I think the ultimate question we can ask is, how hard were you straining?
I know, I was just going to say, like, that's in your upper leg, but that's not like in your buttock region, so...
Unless you were sitting wrong on the
Possibly.
toilet. Yeah, it was affecting. But you should, don't, hopefully you weren't straining, because, that's not good for the old heart either.
Not good for the heart, not good necessarily for your bowel either, to be straining.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it would do bad things to your intestines as well. Yeah. You should only go when you feel like you're going. Don't just sit there, trying to force out.
Indeed. Yes. Well, that's your life sucks on that one. Indeed.
Okay, so it's back to you.
Virality gone wrong. Today, a screenshot of an old tweet of mine went viral. Unfortunately, it was completely taken out of context, thinking it was saying the opposite of what I actually meant, and now trending on both libs of TikTok and Woke Watch, or whatever the fuck.
Oh dear.
Oh, okay.
Oh God, what was your tweet?
Yeah, I kind of want to know what the tweet was.
It would have gone into those sort of trending things.
Yeah.
Why do people take things out of context sometimes?
They do,
and they can use it to go against you. Yeah.
This is why educating children in schools about critical thinking and how to spot stuff like that is so important these days. How to spot when like quotations or posts and things have been taken out of context. Teaching people how to be able to like go back and verify sources, things like that. All of it just. More than anything, it's so important now to be able to do those things.
Yeah. The funny thing about that is this person, it was a funny little thing I saw where he got like a Shakespeare quote of the days, right. And one of them was an SSL error connection has occurred. Oh yes, Shakespeare. Oh
yes, that great Shakespearean quote. I remember when Macbeth says to Lady Macbeth, "Oh, Lady Macbeth, thine SSL error hath occurred."
Of course, I remember it.
Yes.
Okay, I know about that. What was that famous one that everyone says about what Abraham Lincoln says?
Oh, yeah. You shouldn't believe everything you read on the internet.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's
Oh,
that's funny.
That's a good one.
But oh God. So
I've heard of Lives of TikTok and I've heard of Woke Watch, but I don't know anything about them, to be honest. I tend not to get into any of the culture war nonsense on Twitter and things like that.
Yeah.
Because it's just a cessbit. Just people being mean to each other.
Hate all these things. Everything's woke. Everything's woke nowadays.
It's not. No.
Woke. So look, can we not just leave it and say that woke is the past tense of to wake and leave it at that? That's all we want.
Everything is
I woke
these days.
I woke up. That's a perfect sentence to be using it. I woke up from a sleep. Yes.
Indeed. Okay, it's you.
Too close to him. I was walking my dog in my suburban neighbourhood when all of a sudden we practically jumped out of our skin and fur, yes, can't forget the old dog there, when we heard what I assumed were the works of the fire. Nope. Someone down the street was testing their new AR-15 in their backyard. All perfectly legal because you're in the US.
Yeah, an American one.
Oh, dear. Testing their new gun. Yes. AR-15 is a rifle, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's like an automatic rifle, is it not? AR-15 is...
And it's legal.
Like, military-grade weapon.
It is military grade. How the hell have they got... Oh, because it's America.
It's America, that's your answer.
That's the answer, yeah. They can get... you turn 18 and you're allowed to have a weapon, but you're not allowed to drink alcohol until you're 21. Yeah, that makes perfect fucking sense, doesn't it?
Indeed, yes.
You can join the military, that's it, at 18, but you can't drink until you're 21. Who the hell put those types of rules down?
I know. Somebody's having a right giggle there, eh?
God, and you got to think for his poor dog, that would scare the shit out of his dog.
Yeah.
Because they're already scared of fireworks, we know that. But just a gun like that.
I mean, I know it's all legal, but still, like, you'd think, don't do that. Your neighbours will be freaking out. If you're going to test your freaking new weapon, take it to an actual firing range or somewhere.
Bingo.
Yes.
That's what I was going to say, yeah.
Don't
Shooting
do it in
range,
your
perfect
backyard.
place to... Yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
Because is it the Second Amendment? Oh,
Yeah,
God.
Second Amendment.
The problem is they can't. If like Congress or the U.S. Supreme Court decided to retract that, oh my God, there'd be riots.
Yeah,
That's
that
the
would be.
problem.
Yes, indeed. That is the issue with it. So yeah, so your life sucks. It's also the dog's life sucks as well.
Yeah, the dog. Yeah. Cool. Feel sorry for the dog then.
Indeed.
Right.
You snooze, you lose. Today I tried to make it right by visiting my girl in the hospital after she had a baby. I fucked up by freaking out and dumping her since I didn't feel ready, but now wanted to do the right thing. When I got there, another guy was kissing her and holding my baby, my best friend / cousin. Ooh. There's a lot going on in this one.
Yes, there's quite a bit to unpack. But the last bit is really unfortunate.
Yes.
Being your best friend has now gone and committed a relationship. But I can see why the people have gone for the "you deserved it." I mean, freaking out, okay, having a baby can be a stressful period. Absolutely, there's no doubt about it. But freaking out and then go, just dump it because you weren't feel ready. But have you not been discussing this for a while?
Indeed, it's just unless it was like an unexpected pregnancy. But but the thing is, like, I'm sort of making a bit of an assumption here. But is it the case here that the OP dumped the girlfriend shortly after they learned she was pregnant, so that would be like several months obviously before delivery, and in that case, like, by the time obviously you then get to the hospital when she's had the baby, it's like she's probably had several months there to basically get over you and is already now seeing someone else, so it's like, well, you're a bit late to the party now, aren't you, OP? So
yeah, I'm not quite sure. It sounds like
it's maybe more information needed potentially.
It sounds like he tried to make it right by visiting her in the hospital after she had a baby, and I don't know if she only just had it, and they went in, and then maybe he was slightly standing there going, no, I can't do this, and just dumped her, and then left the hospital.
Yeah, because the timing things I think here could sort of change how we look at this potentially, because if it's like she just delivered, you had that freak out moment, dumped her at that moment, and then came back like several minutes later to put it right, and then suddenly she's there with your best friend / cousin, kissing her, holding the baby, then maybe there's something a bit more going on there, I don't know, but it's
if it's many months, if it's many months that you could come back and want to do the right thing, she's now with this other guy. Because he was actually caring for the baby, so
Indeed.
Definitely more information.
Yeah, needs more information there.
Oh, leave me alone.
Okay, then I'll leave you alone.
From 2016 again. So I had a day off in 2 weeks and excited about getting to sleep in. At 5 a.m, my mum loudly knocked and came in. When I saw what she wanted, she said she would check and see if I was asleep.
Oh, God dang it, mother. Well, I was until you stormed in here.
Yeah. So, can you imagine that? Can you imagine that just sleeping and what is it? Hey, you're right. Oh, what the hell? What time? It's 5 a.m, Mum. What do you want? Were you sleeping? No. Well, I fucking was, but I ain't fucking now, am I?
Yeah. Oh, God. He's like, I can't tell here if the mom was maybe trolling or just genuinely, for some reason, thought this was a good idea, but who knows?
No, this doesn't fit. This is definitely, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
This doesn't fit those two.
Hilarious to us. Your life sucks for the OP, absolutely, but also kind of hilarious, let's be honest.
But compared to the other things, this is very trivial. let's say this is very tame, I would say.
Yeah,
compared to this.
indeed.
Okay.
Bring headphone jacks back on all smartphones. Today I bought new earphones for my phone so I can finally listen to music again. Not an hour later, I broke it. Oh dear.
How did you break it?
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
We need that information. How did this happen?
Yeah, because did they fall out? I have had issues when I've been in the gym, and I have my own earphones, that link Bluetooth to my phone, and somehow I accidentally dropped it on the floor, and I've had ones where the earphones have shot out of the case across the floor, and I'm like, oh, for God's sake, I'm having to search, and the gym is dark in itself.
Yeah.
So I'm having to put my hand under the exercise bike. It's like, where's it gone? I managed to find them. Luckily, they didn't go too far. But yeah, you've got to be careful with those. I have to be fair, my has survived being in the washing machine.
Oh, has it? That's a good one.
Yeah, I accidentally because I had them in my hoodie, because hoodies obviously have a main front pocket, and I put it in there, and I needed to put it in the I put it in the wash, and then I started it going, and then. I was just because I put my earphones because they're in the case on the side shelf, and I was just sitting. I looked over and said, "Where's my earphones? They're not over there." And then I just sitting there going, "Where they gone? Where they gone?" And then a light bulb moment just hit me. I was like, "Oh shit! Oh shit!" So I just ran to the washing machine. I was like, "Oh!" And it was already in the middle cycle. So I was like, "You can't turn it off at that point."
Yeah, you can't.
And then the funny thing was, as it turned, the earphones fell out of the pocket, and I could see them go to the front of the door, and there they were,
taunting you.
There they were, but when they put, I'm thinking, oh shit, when it was over, I thought they're going to be broken, but no, they still worked, and funnily enough, all the sweaty, eerie, waxy stuff had been cleaned off. Thank you, washing machine, for clearing it.
Task failed successfully.
Exactly, yeah, and they did. There was a brief moment where, when I put them in, it was a bit distorted. The music and everything was a bit. You could hear a bit of distortion. I thought, oh no, it's fucked it. But then it disappeared.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
interesting.
So,
well, you were very lucky there, then, indeed.
I do think that people who design earphones in the cases, I think the companies now do design it to be a bit resilient.
They probably do, because they probably anticipate that there's always a danger someone might accidentally put it in a washing machine. Yeah. So they probably designed them to be, like say, a bit resilient.
I think that's right, because otherwise it would completely stop working. But it did start. I thought, when I heard the distortion, I was thinking, oh shit, it's broken. But no, I left it for a good few hours, and it cleared.
Indeed. Well, so this is a more information needed one, I think. That one there.
Not enough on that one.
Yeah.
We've got a nervous introvert of the day. Today it was a bad day. I had a crush on a classmate, but he switched schools a month ago. We started to develop a good relationship when it happened, and he came to our party on Friday. We had a good conversation. But he visited school today, and I ignored him. I should have waved hi, but I didn't because I was busy.
Oh dear. Kind of on you, but it sounds like you didn't really ignore him out of spite or anything. It was just unfortunate by the sound of it.
Yeah, introvert. Yeah, you have moments when you're introverted, you do feel like you can't just go up and talk to people. If you feel a bit, it's like a monumentous event. Like I'm a big introvert myself.
And when you're a kid in a school, and you're an introvert, then these things happen. They do.
You're trying to keep yourself to yourself, don't you?
You do. Yes. So there is a bit of YDI in that, but at the same time, it's not like a massively judgmental YDI.
No,
it's more like
not.
chalk it up to experience and all that. Indeed.
Okay.
Accelerated obsolescence. Today my cell phone charger suddenly stopped working. Had it for less than 6 months, and I don't do anything crazy than unplug the phone when I want to go out and plug it back in. The phone and Outlook work perfectly, the inputs are clean, and the charger had excellent ratings from over 2,000 people on Amazon.
Ooh, that's intriguing.
Okay. It's a curious one.
So why would that? So you're definitely sure you're only using it to basically plug in your phone and plug it out. So maybe it's getting slightly bashed.
Possibly.
When you're not realising it, or
the only other thing I could potentially think of, and I mean, granted, my technical knowledge is not great here, so I could be completely wrong, but when you are charging something, actually, this won't so much be the charger though. This would probably be more affect the phone itself. I was going to say, but is it not like with phones, for example? If you obviously, when you've got them plugged in on charge, once they reach 100%, you should pretty much switch it off there, switch off the plug there and then, and disconnect it.
No, that's complete myth. I know that's complete myth.
It's
no,
a myth.
No,
right.
that does. No, you can leave your phone fine on 100% charge. It will not do anything to the battery. No, that is a complete myth.
I see. Right.
The only thing that I would think of maybe here is if the port in your phone has become damaged.
Ah, right.
And that's why it wouldn't charge, because there's little pins inside the port on the phone, and if they become damaged, then the charger cannot go in properly. So that's one thing.
Yeah. Or maybe, when you ordered it on Amazon, maybe you just got a defective one. That's possible.
You might be able to send it back, or have a word with the person who sent it you. Just saying these issues, and they might try and see what they can do. Maybe they'll send you another.
Yeah, there's a bit of a your life sucks on that one, but there are courses of action that I think you can take to try and resolve the issue.
Oh
there.
yeah, absolutely.
Indeed.
I'll get my coat. The guy I like shared a repost on his Instagram story that said, "No message is a message. Take the hint and move on. He left my last message to him on scene for 4 days now."
Oof.
Oh.
Yeah, that sucks.
But then again, it may not be your message. It could be another one that he's got, but it does seem that they sort of correlate together.
There's a lot of people who've said YDI, but I feel like a bit more information might be helpful on this one in terms of, have you been sending him messages?
Constant messages, yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting lots of short ones, aren't we?
We
a lot
are.
of short ones that do require a bit more information.
Indeed. Yes, well, more information needed, please.
Absolutely.
Greet from the past, from 2009. We're going way back now, Phil.
God, Benny.
Today I received a phone call from a good guy friend of mine, someone I haven't seen for years. He tells me he has deep feelings for me and wants to know, since my husband is deployed, if it would be okay if we dated, because he told his parents I'm his... Oh my god.
Oh dear, that is, yeah.
You need to cut that guy off immediately.
Has he been attending lessons called Creep 101?
Yeah, quite possibly.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. You need to... There seems a big old bullet there that you need to heavily dodge.
Yes, indeed. That's that's going to be a problem. He basically wants to have an affair with you.
Yeah, that's very creepy.
You need to shut that down immediately. Maybe block contact with him potentially, because
yes. Oh, that's perfect. Completely block him.
Yeah, because I get the feeling if he's willing to cheat with you and he's been telling other people that the two of you are in a relationship when you're not, he might be a bit obsessive potentially. So better to be safe than sorry. I think. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a good thought.
Indeed.
Yeah, they could have obsessive tendencies. Yeah.
Yes.
No, get rid. Block the number, and then that should be good. Hopefully, he doesn't know your address or anything.
Ooh, let's hope not. Yeah. That would be a weird one. Yeah, that's a definite your life sucks, but also, I was going to say, we should also hit the button that says take precautions, but obviously it's 2009, so it's a while ago.
I wonder if it's because it might happen that maybe he's been trying to get a girlfriend and it's just been failing, so he thought he'd try with oh, I remember this person. Yeah, let me see.
Yes, hopefully that's resolved harmlessly, but it's just one of those things where it's be a little cautious of it. Over to you then, Phil.
Let's not do this again someday. Today I went on what I thought was a solo outing with my long-term crush. He decided to invite a friend along. I had to pick her up half an hour away from town. He treated her to the movie we were watching while I had to pay for myself. He fingered her in the theatre and then made out with her on the drive home.
Ooh. Oh dear.
Right in front of you as well.
Yes.
Jesus.
Well, maybe he might have just dodged a bullet there. Who knows?
That's another. I think. Jeez Louise, that is pretty awful. That just thinking, and it's someone that you really liked as well.
Yeah. Well, that's your life sucks, but hey, at least you have confirmation that that's not going to go anywhere, I guess.
Yeah, and it's not going to really work.
Trying to find the silver lining.
As soon as you drove home, you should be like, you should have just, what you should have done if you were driving them home, just abandon them in the middle of nowhere. Just out the car, get out, fuck off. Not interested. You can find your own way home. Should have just done that.
Maybe.
So bad. I wouldn't appreciate anything like that. I'd be like, fuck off, get out. You're making your own way home.
Yeah, no making out in the back of Phil's car, ladies and gentlemen.
Get out of it.
Your life sucks on that one. Ankle monitor. Today, despite my warnings and knowing I hate them, my wife got a trashy tattoo of an eye on her ankle like she's Count Olaf. How's she going to get a job with that thing? Well,
hey.
People might not see it.
Yeah, well, especially if it's on her ankle, people won't see it. And it's nice. People like having all sorts of different types of tattoos.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not into tattoos myself, but I'm not going to stop other people from getting them. It's their life; they can do what they want. It's her life. And, exactly.
But I've got to appreciate a literary reference there. Lovely, a bit of a series of unfortunate events. Know what you're making too. Yeah. Oh God, I remember that.
Yes.
That series of unfortunate events. What a the funny thing was, it was books, and then it was made into a film, and then it was its own Netflix show as well.
Yeah.
There was a Netflix one, but the film was only like the first 3 or 4 books, but the Netflix one went through like all of the books. That Lemony Snicket did. Yeah, it was really interesting to watch. I really enjoyed it. It's all, oh my God, just the events of it is just so important. Like Count Olaf the main gist of it is Count Olaf trying to get their fortune of the Baudelaires.
I don't really know the story of it.
Have you never it's worth a read. I know you like your books and your literary stuff. It's worth a read, a series of unfortunate events.
Okay.
I'd recommend reading it if you can get hold of it.
Yeah. Okay. It's a bit of a. I see why people have clicked YDI on that one. Indeed.
Yeah.
Over to Phil.
Duolingo. Today, a client came in and struggled to speak properly. He said, "Sorry, no good English." So, after a Spanish-speaking colleague who could assist, he frowned and said he was from Greece. He threw a fit and got my manager involved. I got a write-up and I'm doing online sensitivity training.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's, I think that's a bit of a your life sucks. Like, that's a bit dramatic.
It's a bit dramatic. Yeah, you could have asked him. I mean, you ultimately went to Spanish. You could have asked him, what nationality he's from, and then he would have gone Greece, and then he could have got a Greek translator.
Yeah.
But that was a bit overboard, I've got to say.
Yeah.
That was big time overboard.
Yeah, I think that could have been resolved much more easily than it was, that one. So, yeah, there's a bit of element of both of these things there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Indeed.
Right.
Great timing, dude. 2012. Today I was telling my best friend that I was feeling unattractive and that I'd never get asked out. As she was trying to make me feel better, we were interrupted by a stranger trying to hit on her. Oh.
Ooh.
Well.
That was, oh dear, the unfortunate timing events.
Indeed.
You wait, can I just say something? There are 8 billion people in this world. And yes, it's a cliche. Oh, there's someone for everyone, but there is. It is true. It is true. If you might be feeling unattractive, but there's going to be someone out there who'll be like, no, you're not really that unattractive. I find you attractive.
Yes. And
you'll get a relationship. That there is someone for everyone. It is extremely cliched, but it is a true statement because there's so many people in this world.
Yeah.
You'll be able to get someone.
Indeed, yeah,
for sure.
That's definitely
might take time,
but keep trying. You will get there eventually. It can just be very, very, quite a long process. That's all. Indeed.
Right, chill out. I got into a stupid argument with an internet troll who ended up making me so furious that I threw my laptop straight through my window.
Wow.
My dad will be home any minute. I'm a dead man.
Well, oh my God, right, 2 things. Number 1, never get into an argument with internet trolls. You will never win.
And they've already got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed. Second thing, you need some anger management. Seriously, what are you doing throwing a laptop through a window? You need to get your shit together. Is what I'm trying to say.
It reminds me of that famous meme of that the really angry German kid who started smashing
years.
Yeah, he was losing. I think he was losing at a game, wasn't he? And he would just smashed his computer and then threw his keyboard into the
yeah. That's like an OG freaking viral video.
It is, isn't it?
Way back when we were
kids. It might have been something like 2003, 4, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what it just reminded me of. But yeah, basically, because you've done that, the troll has won.
Yes, exactly.
They wanted you to be riled. That's the whole point of an internet troll, is to rile you up.
Yeah. You can't win against people on the internet, ladies and gentlemen. The best thing to do is never to get into an argument at all. Even if you see something that makes you think, well, how on earth can someone say that or believe that? Just don't. Don't get into an argument with them. Don't say anything. Don't leave a comment. In fact, what you can do if you need to get those feelings out is open Microsoft Word, type out what your response would be, look at it for several seconds, and then take a few deep breaths, and then just delete what you've written, close Microsoft Word, and then move on. And that's all you do. Yes.
Or you could play them their own game and just agree with everything they say, and then they won't have anything to. If they go, "Oh, you're just an absolute retard," yeah. Do you know what? I actually am. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you don't know what you're doing. You suck at this game. Yeah. Oh my God, I really do, don't I? maybe you can give me some. Try. What you could do is go back to them and try and be nice. If they say something, "Oh, you suck at this game. You're shit." You know what? You're right. Is it possible you could help me or? Get better?
Yeah, or you just do, the crazy thing. You just respond with something completely random that has no relation to what they've said and is therefore completely odd and makes
Could
them
do that
confused.
as well. Yeah. But now I'm afraid.
Yeah.
I'm afraid there's nothing else to do. You're gonna have to deal with your dad being angry because he's not gonna take that as an excuse that you got angry and threw the laptop out the window. He's gonna be furious. And I'm sorry, but I will be on your dad's side.
Yeah, you need to keep yourself under control. And there's a learning experience here to be had, indeed.
Right.
Privacy or family? Today it's my first week working in an OB office. The amount of married men bringing their pregnant side chicks is absolutely sickening, but the worst part is one of them was my sister's husband. I'm scared I'll get fired if I tell her, even though he wasn't the patient.
Ooh. I think an OB office is it's OB-GYN or a gynecologist. I think.
Yes. Oh dear. Yeah, that is quite the position to be in, and I don't envy that position, OP.
Oh, that's pretty awful. Yeah. Oh my God.
Now, there you go. There's a dilemma, Phil, for you.
There is a dilemma.
Yeah.
It's patient
confidentiality.
That's the thing. Yeah, it's patient patient confidentiality. There we go. I'll word it out like that if I can't bloody say it. Fucking hell.
Yes.
But yeah, so it's sort of, should you tell your sister, should you not? Because if you tell your sister and then say, oh, can you just be quiet? Well, I don't think she's going to be quiet. She'll be absolutely furious. And then it might go all the way back to your place of work, and then you might get in serious trouble and get reprimanded.
Yeah, indeed. I suppose in this situation you can't really say
quiet,
anything.
I suppose.
Yeah. Indeed. Absolutely. It's a tricky one, that. So that's a Your Life Sucks, definitely.
Yeah, okay. Sneaky. I tried to sneak home from work 15 minutes early. I kept Teams open on my phone to remain active, but in doing so, accidentally group video called my whole team while walking out at 4:45 p.m. Well, I'm sorry, that karma's hit you right there.
Yeah.
Karma's hit you right in the arse, and I'd say, yeah, you come on now. Yeah. Don't try and sneak out of stuff, because you get karma. It was there. It was waiting. It was sitting there going, hang on a minute. What's this person doing? Hang on a minute. Why are they leaving 15 minutes early? Right, well, that's just not on. Let me just video call the whole work group for them.
Oh, dearie me. Well, yeah, we don't need to say much more on that one. That is clearly on the OP. That one.
Yeah, well, come on. I suppose 15 minutes isn't too bad, but I mean, if you expected to work those hours, aren't you?
Yes.
So.
Indeed. You're being paid for those hours, so, do some work, please.
Don't just do that. Also, with Teams, if you accidentally group video call, can you not just you can close the call down really quickly?
Yeah.
So
I'm assuming here maybe the OB hadn't realised it was group video calling everyone. Maybe it took him a moment to realise, oh shit. So
I want to see what the aftermath would be. I mean, just imagine everyone's staring at you and you pick up your phone. Oh.
Yeah. I imagine probably a manager will be like, can we just have a word, please?
Yeah.
Indeed. Probably disciplinary or something.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. Clubbing tip from 2012. Today I approached a cute girl at a club and she started barking at me like a rabid dog. Thinking she might be mentally unhinged, I left only to see the same girl laughing her ass off with her friends minutes later. When I went back over, her friends started barking at me too. Well, you shouldn't have gone back over, should you?
Yeah, I think that's a sign that they're not really interested in you.
I mean, that's actually quite a nice, creative way of telling someone you're not interested. Start barking at them like a dog.
I've got rabies.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, though, why would you go back over after she did that? Like, it's just like, when you see her laughing her ass off with the friends minutes later, take the hint, OP.
Yeah,
that was her way of saying no.
Yeah. It's not going to work out. Don't go back.
Indeed. Yes. So, yes, there's a bit of Your Life Sucks, but there's also a little bit of take the hint here.
Take the hint, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
He said what? Today I filed my taxes and I normally claim my parents as dependents. My taxes got rejected because my parents filed the taxes without informing me and they don't have income. They believe if they file taxes they get $5,000 back per Trump. It ended up costing me over $3,500 extra.
Oof. I think you need to have a word with your parents there.
Yeah, that's the thing about the US. They have to know how much tax they're supposed to do, because if they don't, they can get thrown in jail.
Yeah.
They have to do it, whereas obviously here in the UK, it all gets done by our employers and all that. but they have to actually file their own.
I'm like trying to think here. Why on earth would your parents think that they get 5,000 back for filing their taxes? What has Trump been saying that has given people that impression?
What has Trump been saying?
Yes.
Oh dear, I think that's the ultimate question that no one can answer. And when we go to what do you say, China? Yeah. I think you've got a lot of things to say about Trump, haven't you?
I think the whole world's got a lot of things to say about him at the moment, to be honest.
Oh, he's just no, he's caused a lot of issues.
Yeah.
This is someone who should be just sticking to being a businessman and not a president.
Yes, I mean, it's debatable whether he's even that good of a businessman, to be honest. But based on some of his record, but it's like people sit there and always sit there and say, oh, it's not a mistake. There's some kind of plan going on here, and I'm like, okay, what is this master plan then of his that he's doing? Because from where I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, what on earth is going on here?
I know. It's just there's no other word to describe it apart from a shit show.
Yes, that's
a
your life
big old
sucks.
shit show.
Indeed.
Yeah. Right.
It's me, isn't it?
It is.
Gentrification. Today, after I got a second job to help cover rent, my landlord just raised it anyway because the neighbourhood is up and coming. There's still a pothole the size of a kiddie pool in front of my building. Oof.
Wow, that's the landlord special.
Yeah. Oh God.
Oh, they can really do you in, can't they? You hear so many bad things about landlord, and things which I suppose that'd be an interesting little Reddit to have a look at. I think there is one all about landlords doing nasty little things.
That's one to get your blood boiling. That is, yeah. You're always very lucky when you get a landlord who's actually pretty good. But there's so many other just nightmare landlords out there as well.
It's because they're trying to save money. Like things where you mostly see them painting over stuff.
Yeah.
Like dead flies on the wall and just painted over it. Like, oh, come on now.
Or profiteer and things like that. It's just God, yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't know really what the situation is in the US because that's apparently where this OP is from in terms of what kind of renter rights you have, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, no idea what's going on there.
I don't know. It's definitely your life sucks based on that. It's you, isn't it?
Cunning plan. Today, I was texting a friend about how my date last night went, which gave me a goofy idea. I thought we could pretend that I made a mistake and send my response to my date, just so he'd know how it felt I went. I should have proofread because instead of "it went well, he was really sweet," I sent him "it went well, he was really sweaty."
Oh dear.
Was that autocorrected? Oh no, did autocorrect come in? Probably
it looks
did.
Like it, yeah.
Yes, you should always, before you send it,
check.
It was really sweaty.
Yeah, I think that's the point where you need to send a quick follow-up text to quickly clarify. Sorry, damn autocorrect.
Yeah, probably did, but that's definitely a hilarious one.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying YDI, but I would hope that this is more of a just one of those moments that probably the date thought was hilarious, and as a result, now you then went on a subsequent date and things went well, and hopefully now things are going fairly
better.
Well. Yeah.
I also like another thing that's hilarious. Look at the number of people that think your life sucks.
Yeah, indeed. 69.
Nice.
Indeed. Yes. It's an omen, Phil. It's an omen that it's meant to be.
Exactly, it's meant to be hilarious.
Indeed. My new friend. Last one.
Oh, it's the last one? Oh my goodness me. Oh, it's an old one. It's from 2018. And read ahead.
Okay, today, or I should say in 2018, it's my wife's birthday. Since I had work, I gave her $200 to spend on herself and left. When I came back with dinner and the movie she wanted, I found her with a dog. She's very attached to him because the shelter was going to put him down. I love him, but I'm allergic to dogs.
Oh no. Oh dear. Oh,
yeah.
That's what's the severity of the allergy? Because I know that some aren't too. Some people are allergic to cats and dogs. Can be okay. They might be they might have a few sneezing fits when the fur comes off them. But there's obviously people who are much worse and can go in. So
indeed, that's a tricky one. This one, because technically you gave her that money and just said spend it on whatever you want. So that's what she's done.
That's what she's done.
And I guess this is one of the things that you just wouldn't have expected to happen. So, but I would think maybe hopefully your wife is receptive to the fact that you're allergic and that maybe you need to talk about this.
Well, that's what I thought. if this is his wife, surely she should have known that he was allergic to dogs and thought, oh, hang on, I better not buy this.
Maybe. Then again, it might just be one of those spur of the moment things that's happened and they just hadn't discussed it beforehand, so nobody stopped to think, maybe we should check before throwing down this money and getting a dog.
The funny
I
thing
can
is,
see it happening. Yeah.
Yeah. I think maybe it's not so bad. The fact that his username's called Sneeze. Maybe he just gets sneezes.
Yeah.
Maybe he just sneezes and that's it. But even sneezing can be really annoying, especially, oh my God, when it gets stuck.
Oof.
Oh, it's like, come on, just go.
When you get that phantom sneeze where it feels like you're going to, but then it never comes.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, that's annoying. I was going to say as well, I imagine you can probably get like over-the-counter medications that help with like
Medification.
a bit of medification. Medifications that I would assume can sort of help mitigate mild allergies to animals and things like that. So,
oh yes, yeah,
maybe,
yeah. But then you're spending money on something you shouldn't really want to be spending money on.
Indeed, it's not really an ideal solution. That.
Maybe there's some sort of leeway somewhere.
Yeah.
It depends, I suppose, on the allergy. If
Have
it's
a chat
really
with your
bad.
wife, basically. I say that even though it's from 2018.
Yeah.
Indeed, yeah. That's the course of action you have to take there.
He's still talking to his wife to this day.
Yes, it's still going back and forth, the conversation. Indeed. Well, thanks for joining me there, Phil, for that.
Lovely. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Andrew? We're going to do page 2 now.
Oh, we're going to do
We've
page 2.
page 1. Yeah.
Right, let's do that then, Phil. Let's go on to page 2, shall we? And let's
actually,
keep going.
just go to the bottom. What is the very final page? If you click the far right arrow, it'll go to the very last page. What page is it? This will be interesting to see how many pages.
It's just taking me to page 3. No, I think it only goes.
Yeah.
I don't know what the point of having arrows then, therefore, is if you just can click on those. Weird. I don't know.
I think we did look at this one time, and I think it was like 800 pages.
Yeah, it was huge.
There we go. We should do like a 24-hour live stream to go through all 800 pages. But that would mean we'd come to ones that we've already got done in our old FMLs. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Well, there you go, folks. Hope you enjoyed that. As usual, my outro spiel.
Yeah, fuck you, Steve. Fucking Steve. What's he like? Fucking
Indeed.
Steve.
Indeed.
Fuck you.
Gosh, these adverts really want me to take a holiday. Look at some of these. They want me to go to a water park.
Oh my God, look at the size of that water slide. That's huge.
It is.
That's one of the biggest water slides I think I've ever seen.
Yes.
Okay, well then, yes. It's time to wrap up, and I think we need to say, let me be nice to you, Andrew. Let me do your outro for you.
Go ahead.
As everyone knows, you must give a like, a subscribe. You know, those things are lovely. Don't dislike. Well, you can't do that anymore because YouTube has scrapped that. But make sure to also check out the Propagandist channel, where you might get to see Andrew reacting to various things. It's mostly anime, although I've told him countless times to try other things. Okay, there may be a few copyright issues, but you might be able to get around them somewhere. But maybe you can try other things. But yes, go and see lots of things there. A like is never appreciated, neither is a subscribe. It's never ever appreciated.
No.
So stop doing it right now. Oh dear, it's turned into a bad advert.
Yeah, what's happened here, Phil? What's happened here?
But no, make sure you leave lots of things. Comments, we like comments, even if it says that Phil is a stupid arse and should go eat a dog in a kennel on a plane inside a boat on a water slide and then eat a chicken on a very bitch fucker stupid asshole.
I love the way your mind's working there, quickly trying to. It's like your mouth's going faster than your brain is.
It was then, yeah.
Yes.
But yes, do all those things and check the Propagandist channel. And you may like some things where Andrew reacts and he's like, "Oh my God, I didn't expect that to happen." Oh my goodness me.
Dearie me. Yes. Well, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Come on, keep moving, please. That's there. Got him. Right, let's put some cards there so we can get across to where that gold tooth is. That's good. Particle effects, cause the lag, of course. So yeah, like I said, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments, everybody. Because that's the thing about this game, Alice. In many ways, kind of like my So You're Being Hunted series, these Alice episodes, because they typically tend to be quite long, and the gameplay is fairly repetitive at times, with a lot of platforming, solving puzzles, things like that. It's nice to have a bit of a conversation and turn these episodes almost into kind of like a podcast sort of style, so to speak. So yeah, Good stuff. Okay, right, a little bit of a checkpoint here, so what's the deal?